What if I told you that the difference between financial stress and financial peace could come down to three simple numbers: 50, 30, 20. That's it. Three numbers that have helped millions of people go from "where did all my money go?" to "I know exactly where every dollar is working for me." I know what you're thinking. Budgeting sounds boring. Budgeting sounds restrictive. Budgeting sounds like something your parents nagged you about. But here, ask what nobody tells you. The wealthiest people in the world all have one thing in common. They know where their money goes, every single dollar. Meanwhile, people who struggle financially, they're guessing. They're hoping. They're crossing their fingers that there's something left at the end of the month. Today, on Dollar Basics, I'm going to teach you the simplest budgeting system ever created. It takes 5 minutes to set up, it works at any income level, and it will transform the way you think about money forever. Let's break it down. Before I teach you the 50-30-20 rule, I need to explain why most budgets fail. Because here's the truth. You've probably tried budgeting before. Maybe you downloaded an app. Maybe you created a spreadsheet with 30 different categories. Maybe you promised yourself this month will be different. And then you gave up. Within a week, maybe 2 weeks if you were really motivated. You're not alone. Studies show that over 70% of people who start a budget abandon it within 3 months. But why? Why is something so simple in theory so hard in practice? 3 reasons. First, most budgets are too complex. They want you to track every single coffee, every snack, every tiny purchase. It's like trying to count every grain of sand on a beach. It's overwhelming and unsustainable. You get bogged down in the details, lose motivation, and quit. The goal isn't to create a full-time job for yourself as a financial accountant. Second, most budgets are too restrictive. They feel like a financial straitjacket. No fun, no flexibility, just a long list of things you can't buy. This all-or-nothing approach creates a sense of deprivation. Eventually, you get fed up and have a rebellion spending spree, blowing the budget completely and feeling guilty afterward. A good budget shouldn't feel like a punishment. It should feel like a plan for freedom. And third, most budgets lack a clear why. They tell you what to do, but not why you're doing it. Saving money just for the sake of saving isn't very inspiring. You need a powerful emotional reason to stick with your plan. Are you saving for a down payment on a house? A dream vacation? To quit a job you hate? Without that powerful why, your willpower will crumble at the first sign of a sale. The 50-30-20 rule solves all 3 of these problems. So, let's get into the good stuff. What is the 50-30-20 rule? It's a simple, powerful framework for managing your after-tax income. No complicated spreadsheets, no tracking every single penny, just 3 buckets. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for your savings and debt repayment. That's it. Simple, right? Let's dive into each category. First up, the 50% for needs. These are your absolute essentials, the non-negotiable expenses you have to pay to live. This includes things like your rent or mortgage, utilities like electricity and water, groceries, transportation to get to work, insurance, and minimum debt payments. These are the bills that keep a roof over your head and the lights on. If you stopped paying them, there would be immediate, serious consequences. The key here is to be honest with yourself about what is a true need. A basic internet plan might be a need for work, but the premium gigabit speed package with 200 channels is probably a want. We'll get to that. Next, we have the 30% for wants. This is the fun category. This is the money you can spend on things that improve your quality of life but are unstrictly necessary for survival. Think dining out hobbies, streaming subscriptions like Netflix, that new pair of sneakers you've been eyeing, vacations, concert tickets, and your morning latte. This category is what makes budgeting sustainable. It gives you permission to enjoy your money without guilt. It builds flexibility into your plan so you don't feel deprived. This 30% is your lifestyle money. It's what makes life enjoyable, and it's crucial for not giving up on your budget. Finally, and most importantly for your future self, is the 20% for savings and debt repayment. This is where you build wealth. This category is your ticket to financial freedom. It includes putting money into your emergency fund, contributions to your retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA, investing in the stock market, and making extra payments on high-interest debt like credit cards or personal loans. Every dollar you put in this bucket is a dollar that's working for you, growing over time, and getting you closer to your big financial goals. This is the category that buys you security, options, and peace of mind. Now, let's put this into practice with a real-world example. Imagine your monthly take-home pay, after taxes, is $4,000. Using the 50-30-20 rule, your budget would look like this. 50%, or $2,000, would go towards your needs. This would cover your rent, utilities, groceries, and car payment. 30%, or $1,200, is for your wants. This is your fun money for going out with friends, shopping, and hobbies. And the remaining 20%, which is $800, goes directly to your financial goals. You could put $500 towards your retirement account and use the other $300 to aggressively pay down a credit card. See how simple that is? You're not tracking 50 different categories, you just have 3 main targets. This makes it so much easier to see where your money is going and to make adjustments. What if your needs are more than 50%? That's a sign you might be living in a place that's too expensive or your car payment is too high. You can then make a conscious decision to downsize or find ways to cut back. What if you're spending 40% on wants? You know exactly where to pull back to get your savings rate up to that 20% target. This system doesn't just track your spending, it gives you immediate, actionable insights. I know what some of you are thinking. My income is too low for this, or my expenses in my city are too high. The 50-30-20 rule is not a rigid law. It's a flexible guideline. If you're a student earning part-time income, maybe your breakdown is 60-30-10 for a while. If you live in a high-cost of living area, your needs might creep up to 60%. That's okay. The point is to be intentional. The goal is to start somewhere. The power of this rule is its simplicity and adaptability. As your income grows, you can adjust the percentages. The key is to aim for that 20% savings rate as your ultimate goal. To get started, it literally takes 5 minutes. Grab a piece of paper or open a notes app. Write down your monthly after-tax income. Calculate 50, 30, and 20% of that number. Then, look at your bank and credit card statements from the last month and categorize your spending into needs, wants, and savings. This quick exercise will be an eye-opener. It will show you exactly where you stand and what adjustments you need to make. The 50-30-20 rule isn't just a budget. It's a mindset shift. It moves you from a state of financial anxiety to a state of financial control. You are no longer a passenger in your financial life. You are the pilot. You're telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. This is the first and most important step towards building the financial future you deserve. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to Dollar Basics for more simple, actionable financial advice. Let me know in the comments what your biggest budgeting challenge is. I'd love to help. See you in the next video.